The first joint I will be talking to you about is the knee. It is a hinge joint. Flexion and extension occur around the joint. The bones around the joint are the fibula, tibula, and patella, which make it work and cause the movement to occur. The muscles around the joint are the hamstring, quadriceps, which is made up of 4 muscles, and patella, which make the movement work and make the movement to occur also. The preparation stage is using flexion and extension with the knee and the hinge joint, and the muscle that makes this movement occur is the hamstring, which is bending and is an agonist as I go to get ready to push the ball, and the quad is being used as I am going up pushing the ball, which is an antagonist. Balance and stability occurs here. Base of support. An object's base of support is the point of contact with the ground and the area in between them. The larger the base of support, the more stable an object will be. When I'm doing my overhead throw, base of support is used. I have the ball behind my head and my base of support is around my left and right foot. As I push away to throw the ball, one of my feet moves forward, causing the base of support to become longer, but a smaller width, as my other foot is now on its tippy toe, and this is causing me to become more unstable than before. This is applied to my chosen skill by using base of support and making sure that I apply this to my skill so that my throw is perfect and exactly how it should be like. The 2 other parts of balance and stability is centre of gravity and line of gravity. Centre of gravity is the point at which all parts of an object are equally balanced. For a normal human being standing in the anatomical position, the centre of gravity lies roughly around their belly button. Your centre of gravity changes depending on what position the body is in. Sometimes it can even be outside of the body. Line of gravity. This is the vertical line that passes through the centre of gravity to the ground. The line of gravity is important when determining the stability of an object. If the line of gravity falls within the object's base of support, the object is relatively stable. If the line of gravity falls outside the object's base of support, the object is relatively unstable. The next joint that I will be talking about is the hip, and this is a ball and socket. The bones around this joint are the pelvis and the femur. The muscles around this joint are the external oblique, gluteus maximus, and lelopsoas. The muscle I'm using is my external oblique as I'm getting ready to push the ball out of my hands as I move my hips forward to make the throw more powerful. The external oblique is the agonist muscle, and the gluteus maximus is the antagonist muscle, as I'm pushing forward and releasing the ball. The next biomechanical principle is projectile motion, speed of release. The greater the speed of release, the greater the distance travelled. Angle of release. You need an optimum angle to maximize the benefits of vertical and horizontal velocity. Height of release. The height an object is released at will determine the distance the object travels. When I am doing my overhead throw, projectile motion is used. I'm making sure that I am throwing the ball at a 45-degree angle to make sure the ball is thrown the best possible way and to get to my chosen spot where I want it to land. This is applied to my chosen skill by making sure the ball goes exactly where I want it to go. If I didn't use projectile motion, the ball would not float as well and wouldn't go to exactly where I want it to. And this occurs here. The next joint that I will be talking about is the elbow, and this is a hinge joint also. The bones and muscles around this joint make the joint work and make the movement to occur. The bones around it are the radius, humerus, and ulna, and the muscles are the biceps, triceps. Before I push the ball, and as I push the ball, the tricep is turning into an antagonist as well as the bicep too. And the tricep is turning into an antagonist. As I push the ball forward, my bicep is turning into an antagonist and my tricep is moving into an agonist. The next biomechanical principle is force summation. To give an object momentum, e.g. throwing, kicking, hitting, the amount of momentum given to the object is determined by the sum of all forces generated by each body part. When I am doing my overhead pass, I am using force summation to generate the most force to the ball. I am making sure each body part is doing its correct job and working in the correct sequence and timing to allow the best possible outcome. This is creating the right momentum to generate optimal force. This pattern produces optimal forces and flowing and continuous movement. The continuous flowing movement produces force summation, forces adding together. This is applied to my chosen skill so that the throw has momentum when it is thrown, and that way it will fly and land correctly. And this is applied here also.